Recent milder temperatures this winter season, you might already be seeing your plants start to pop up from the ground.
So while spring is on the way, are the plants in our yards coming out too soon? And what could possible future cold weather mean for our own plants?
Well, our Marissa Thomas visited Stan's garden today to ask some of those questions. Marissa, what did you find out?
Good evening, Mike and Emily. At Stan's Garden Center, I found that some of the plants we're seeing come up from the ground intuitively know not to start blooming and when to stop.
It's only February, and you may have noticed that plants have already started their blooming process. It's early for spring flowers, so should you be concerned? Well, Stan's Garden Center says because of the type of plants that are popping up, it isn't anything to worry about.
I see some of the early blooming bulb material that's spring blooming is starting to bloom. That might be a little bit ahead of schedule, but that plant material inherently knows that if it gets colder, it stops in its tracks.
And as the weather can be fickle, more winter weather will likely appear. So keeping up your burlap and bark winter garden protections are one way to prevent damage to your plants.
It's the hard, cold, frozen ground with an aggressive wind that does most of the damage, not the 3 feet of snow. So just hang in there as far as your protection goes.
So while the early blooming and these fluctuating temperatures isn't a cause for concern, when the spring is eventually in full swing, the bugs will be.
It's going to be an aggressive insect year. Having not the aggressive, hard, long freeze, I'm a little fearful for the aphids, the Japanese beetles, things that maybe would decline with an aggressive winter. So be prepared for the pests to be a problem.
And as far as how Stan's Garden is doing, they haven't had enough sun where things are aggressively growing or where they have to start slowing things down. So their plants are on schedule and they are most prepared for this season than they have been in years. Marissa Thomas, Erie News Now.